I'm on the canal at first light, I'm watching a float, and I'm drinking a cup of tea. Welcome to Groundhog Day. I almost added, and will my first fish be a gudgeon? Actually, it will be a missed bite, but it was a gudgeon take. That's encouraging anyway. At least I'll get some fish on the bank shortly, of that I have no doubt. No doubt whatsoever. And as I predicted, the first fish is a gudgeon, and this one needs a disgorger. It wasn't deep hooked, just inside the mouth, but a very small fish, a small mouth, so I needed the disgorger. I've actually got 4 in my bag. I don't collect them, not part of a hobby. They're all different sizes. So the very fine one, that's great for a small gudgeon. The bigger one, if a perch takes the bait down. So important to carry a disgorger and think about getting a selection of them, different sizes. As you can see, different colours, but more importantly, different sizes. Cast out again, still drinking tea. And on the subject of the disgorgers and the small gudgeon, a 1 ounce gudgeon deserves the same level of respect as a 40-pound carp, in the context that you catch it, you treat it properly, and you put it back. I'm sure I'll get a few more gudgeon this morning. I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to catch them. I do like perch. They are my number 1 species, so I always set my stall out to go for them on the canal. But in reality, whatever turns up, I'll be more than happy. I'm fishing. I'm in the fresh air. I'm in the great outdoors. What could be a better way to start a Tuesday morning than that? And as the float goes again, I think I struck just slightly too early there. Popped it back out again. One thing with gudgeon is that they don't suck the maggot in the same way. Well, mostly they don't, in the same way that, say, a roach would. And when I was a kid, we'd probably catch numerous gudgeon on the same maggot. I've been doing float fishing of late as opposed to previous ledger, and I was having a chat with Clive, who posts as Side Stream Bob on WordPress, and he's an advocate of the float. So he was saying, I've noticed an upturn in your catches since you switched to the float. However, he also added the weather's improved as well, and I think I did say you've answered the question there, because there has been a definite upturn in conditions, and that's resulted in more fish. When I was ledgering in February and early March, the conditions were very bad. I was scraping ice off the car in the morning, and there was no life at all on the canal. Now you can see fish topping all the while, especially dawn and dusk. So there is the fact that the fish have come alive more, so to speak. However, the bottom line, and that was it, this conversation was part of one that we also had with Steve Ridd. I mentioned that a couple of blog entries ago, where Steve commented about enjoyment is what it's all about, and that's true. I say it so many times that you have to enjoy your fishing, and for me, whether I'm watching a float or staring at a rod tip, if that's the type of method that I've chosen to go for on that particular day, I enjoy it. And I would widen that as well. Casting a 5 ounce lead out into the ocean, I haven't done that for a while because of the travel restrictions, or maybe fishing a tiny little brook for sticklebacks, which I've done a lot of in the past couple of years. It's all fishing, it's all good, and I do tend to go in spells. I'll maybe fish somewhere and then move on somewhere else. I might fish a particular method and then try something else later. It's all about enjoyment, and I certainly enjoy my angling. That is a fact. Nothing big today, just gudgeon and small ones at that. If I wasn't up at 5:45 though this morning, I wouldn't be able to get an angling session in because I'm working this afternoon. If, like me, you have other things in your life as well as fishing, you want to do as much angling as you can, then you have to be well organised, motivated and push yourself.